All right, welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus. Show 'em Onebar. This episode, so I looked at a ridiculous amount of mock drafts out there. So, and not just like Joe Blow from down the street, like some of the big ones, but I want to say I looked at least 30 mock drafts. I compiled the hottest names, the top 5 hottest names linked to the Vikings at pick 24. I'm going to break those down. Let me know in the comments. Remember, these aren't mine. These aren't mine. These are ones that are just the most common ones. Before we get into it, hit that sub button. Let's get to 15,000 subs. If you're watching, you haven't subbed, do us a favor. Hit that subscribe. We're here every damn day, multiple times, watching the Vikings. So here we go. One thing I'll say before I get into the names, a lot of names that were that linked to the Vikings earlier this offseason are no longer there. A lot of guys have like bumped down the old draft slots, like in the round 2. And really the positions have changed as well, with the Vikings squashing a ton of needs in free agency. It appears a lot of mock draft gurus out there kind of have us going best available. I mean, sure, some fill a need, but they're not scared to give us just the best available player on the board, which I love. I'm a big fan of. But let's go. Number 5, fifth hottest name linked to the Vikings is Derrick Harmon. This is a common name that we've seen. We've done a couple of these shows where we break down the hottest names, and Harmon's usually in it. He was higher before. I want to say he was like 2. But Harmon is still obviously a name linked to the Vikings. Defensive line, I know we killed it in free agency, but there are no spring chickens. They're old dudes. So bringing a young guy in like Harmon makes complete sense. Most of the time, Kenneth Grant is off the board. Harmon, we all know about Harmon. The dude can play anywhere along the defensive line. Tough, big, physical, versatile. College, I think he had like 7.5, 8 sacks during his career. What will his role be in the NFL? A lot of people think that he's just kind of going to be that dude who takes up some blocks. Like, I don't think he's going to be a guy that lights up the stat sheet. He was in the backfield a lot in Oregon. Hopefully that would be the same case, but I don't know if he's a guy that's just going to absolutely light up the stat sheet. He might just be doing a lot of the dirty work, making room for everybody else. But I love Derrick Harmon. I've been a big fan of Derrick Harmon since day one. Number 4, Gray freaking Zabel. Gray Zabel, the NDSU offensive lineman, can play anywhere. I would be very happy about this one as well. Comes in day 1, and he is battling Blake Brandel for that left guard spot. Imagine Gray Zabel, Ryan Kelly, Will Fries, and our 2 beautiful tackles. Wow. Damn, Zabel can play anywhere. We know everything about Zabel. I'm not even going to go on about him. This would be a beautiful pick and a day 1 instant impact player. I mean, this is at 24 to get Zabel. It would be great. Number 3, Jahdae Barron, another name that has been pretty hot against the Vikings, but this dude his name is getting hotter and hotter and hotter. I don't even know if he's going to be there at 24. I've seen this guy go as early as like top 10. I mean, he is all over the place. And Barron, 5'11", $194, ran a 4.39, aggressive as hell, can play multiple spots, great technique, day 1 starter at corner. There's no doubt about that. Where he goes, he is going to be starting instantly. And if the Vikings drafted him, Byron Murphy, Isaiah Rodgers, Mekhi Blackman, missing a couple guys, Tavier Thomas, the Nudie McLaughlins, Barron is like, dude, go do your thing, because he is ready. He is built for the NFL. Dude, watching that guy, I mean, go watch him. He is just physical as all hell, and he's always around the ball. And the hottest name, number 2, here's where it gets interesting, because the last time we've done these lists, I don't know, maybe one of these guys run the list, but here we go. Malaki Starks. Malaki Starks, the safety from Georgia, 6'1", $197, ran a 4.5, 3-year starter at Georgia. Very versatile, very athletic, high IQ, great speed, can lay a punch, very good against the run. Just a damn good safety. Here's the issue. Do I have a problem taking a safety in round 1 after what we saw with Lewisine? Not really. I'm not going to let that burn me a ton, especially with what we've done on this roster so far, and that Hitman's coming back. Like, to have Hitman there for a year, I mean, granted, he was there with Lewisine, but to have him there still helps. It doesn't force Starks to have to go out there. Taking a safety from Georgia, that would be tougher. That would be tough to swallow. But if you go watch Starks, he's fantastic again. The dude in coverage is fantastic. Athletic as hell. And against the run, he is always making some big plays. So a Georgia first-round safety, could you imagine? All right, number 1 hottest name link to the Vikings. Remember, hit that sub if you have not hit the sub yet. And this one wasn't really close. This was the most mocked name to the Vikings. Nick Emmanwori, safety, South Carolina. Freak. Guy's a freak. 6'3", 220 pounds, ran a 4.38. Everybody knows about him. I mean, he is absolutely stacked. He is a guy that you would love. Playmaker, ball skills, smart, huge wingsman, rare size, speed, all the cliches. Every single draft cliche is under this guy, and he backs it up. He is a monster out there at 226.3. He is a man amongst boys out there watching him at South Carolina play these poor guys that he is just laying the wood to. He's a freak. Everybody seems to love him. Every draft guy loves him. Will he be there? Like, as far as how good he is, he shouldn't be there. But then again, he is a safety, and there's a lot of other needs that teams will be squashing along the way. So if he's there at 24, that's going to be damn tough to pass on. Again, he's a guy, either of these safeties, if you draft them, it's not like you have to throw him out there immediately. Granted, I think Emmanwori would be out there early and often, hopefully, but he's just a fantastic guy to watch. As you can see, 4 of these guys are on the defensive side of the ball. Zabel 1. No running backs really linked to the Vikings. I know we just made the trade for Mason. We re-signed Aaron Jones, but I was surprised no running backs. Benjamin Morrison, nowhere to be found for the Vikings. Javon Revel, he was around there. Siobhan Revel, sorry. He was a couple times, but these were the hottest names linked to the Vikings. Let me know what you think. Who do you want the Vikings to take at 24? Any of these guys make you sick? Let me know in the comments. Hit that sub.